If there's one thing that I can agree on with the people I usually strongly disagree on when it comes to the topic of the recent changes to Medicaid, it's this. It's pretty darn complicated. So I understand why it can be hard to do all the research and just go to conclusions based on what people tell you. But from what we know, you can never just take someone's word from what they say without looking at what is actually expected and how that reflects the truth. The following states that I'm listing off here are the states that, as of now, are exempt from the Medicaid work requirements coming up because they have not expanded Medicaid. These include Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, Texas, Tennessee, South Carolina, Kansas, and Wyoming. If you live in one of these 8 states, you should be fine as far as the Medicaid work requirements are concerned. Now that I've listed off the states that these rules generally will not apply to, that brings me to bring up one more point. I've seen a lot of people who have described the people who will lose their Medicaid coverage from these new work requirements, describing these people who will lose their Medicaid as lazy and slack. However, when we look at that with context and a little bit of additional research, we find out that isn't completely the case. Upon doing a little digging into the context of what will actually happen when we expect these hefty expectations of people who will now, those who are already working more than 20 hours a week, already having to go through all the lengthy processes of proving that they have that they are working 20 hours a week. It comes to show that when we ask someone all the time to go through all of the effort to prove that they're doing something that they're already doing, and that who should by all means stay on Medicaid, and rightfully so. Let's just let's just put politics for aside, and let's just look at morality and what is reasonable. In simpler terms, what I'm referring to here is called red tape, which in simple terms is excessive rules, regulations, and requirements that cause difficulties. And this is exactly what we're seeing here. These poor people are going to get caught in red tape, and yet the whole country, and then people are going to look at them and think that they're lazy when in reality they're doing nothing wrong. And without trying to be biased, this is why I really don't like work requirements, because they throw everyone under the same belt, and those who get caught up in the red tape when they're doing nothing wrong gets are get accused wrongly by ignorant people for being lazy when they're the opposite of that. Let's just reflect on our morals and how this kind of thing is going to impact other people, rather than just let your judgment come from what feels easier for you to understand. And with everything said and done, that's pretty much it. Have a good day.